Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'll share with you how to cut and sew a kaftan bubu dress with a V neckline and a cut together pocket. And it's going to be easy to follow, beginners friendly tutorial. So subscribe, come with me and let's get started. I'll be using 4 yards of African prints for this bubu. From these 4 yards of fabric, I'll fold 2 yards into 2. I'll fold the second 2 yards again into 2. Then I'll place it on each other. That will make my fabric folded into 4. Now that my fabric is ready, the first thing I'll do is to come down by 1 inch from the tip of the fabric this way. Then on that 1 inch, I'll draw a straight line. This straight line now will serve as the shoulder line and also the starting line. After that is done, I'll take a neck width of 3 inches and a neck depth of 2.5 for the back. Once that is done, I'll connect the neckline, the neck width to the neck depth, creating a round neckline. After that is done, I'll come down by 7 inches for the front neck depth. This neckline is a V-shaped neckline, so I'm going to connect from the neck width 3 inches down to the neck depth 7 inches. The next thing I'll do now is to take the shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement is 16 inches. 16 inches divided by 2 is 8 inches. So I'll mark that 8 inches now. Since this is a cut together sleeve, I'm going to determine from the shoulder how long I want the sleeve to be. So from my shoulder measurement, I added 12 inches. So this is going to be stopping around my elbow. At that 12 inches mark, I'll come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. Then I'll connect from that shoulder now down to that 1 inch. After that is done, I'll determine my sleeve opening. And I'll be using my shoulder measurement divided by 2. I'll place it from the shoulder slope down. Then I'll also add 1 inch for ease. After that, on that 1 inch now, I'll draw a straight line. This straight line will serve as the chest line. Once I'm done with that, I'll connect from the shoulder slope down to the chest line with a straight line. This is for me to indicate my sleeve opening. Once I'm done with that, I'll place my tape on the shoulder line and come down to mark my shoulder to waist measurement. Then I'll draw a straight line to indicate my waistline. After that is done, I'll place my tape on the shoulder measurement and come down to mark my shoulder to hip measurement. Then I'll draw a straight line to indicate my hip line. After that is done, the next thing I'm going to do now is to impute my measurement. On this chest line, I will impute the bust circumference divided by 4. Then I'll add 4 inches for ease and 1 inch for sewing allowance. After that is done, I will come to the waistline and impute the waist circumference divided by 4. I will also add 4 inches for ease on this waistline and 1 inch for sewing allowance. I will also come to the hip line and impute the hip circumference divided by 4. Then I'll also add 4 inches at the hip line and 1 inch for sewing allowance. The next thing I'll do now is to connect the measurement. So I'll be connecting on the sewing allowance. I'll connect from the chest line to the waistline, from the waistline to the hip. After connecting to the hip, as you can see, our bodies is coming out gradually. The next thing I'm going to do now is to blend in my chest line to the bodies to create a nice curve around that side. The next thing I'm going to do now is to impute my full gown length. I'm going to place my measurement from my shoulder and bring it down to my full gown length. And my full gown length is 59 inches. And after I mark the 59 inches, I'm going to add 2 inches for hemming allowance. Now I'll go ahead now and draw a straight line on this 2 inches allowance to indicate the full length. So after that is done, I'll connect from the hip line down to the full gown length this way. Once I'm done with that, I'll come up by 2 inches from the full length. Then I'll blend in from that 2 inches into the full length line this way. Now my bubu is almost ready. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to create my cut together pocket. We're creating my pocket in between my waistline and my hip line. So basically what I'm going to do is to create enough space that can occupy my hand or a full grown adult's hand. After making the space, I'm going to place my hand inside to be sure that it can contain my hand. If it's too small, I can as well increase and expand it. Okay, and I am done with drafting out the bodice. This is what we have. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to cut it out for us to see what it looks like. First of all, cut out the shoulder, then I'll cut out the back neckline. I'm going to make sure I follow the neck width of 3 inches. So I'm just going to cut both the front and the back together that way for the back neckline. Then I'll raise one of the pieces up, that is the one on top, and I'll cut out this front neckline. So I'll make sure I maintain my 3 inches neck width. So now that I'm done with the neckline, I'll go ahead now and cut the side. I'll cut from the shoulder down to the line indicating the sleeve, then cut into the sides this way. Then at this pocket side, please pay attention to the way I cut it. As you can see, I'll just go ahead now and cut around the shape of the pocket all around. Then I'll cut straight down to the hem. After cutting, the next thing I'm going to do now is to work on the neckline. And since I am short of fabric, I'll be using lining to close up my neckline. But if you have enough fabric, please use your fashion fabric. In order to close up my V-shaped neckline, I'm going to use this lining as an interface. So I'm going to place this fashion fabric on this closed part of my lining. This lining is folded into 2. So on the closed part now, that's where I'm going to place this fashion fabric on this way. That's the center front. So after I've properly placed it, I'm going to go ahead now and cut it out. After I cut it out, this is what I have. I have my V shape. I'll place the fashion fabric on the lining again and cut out the shoulder. And after doing that, this is what it looks like. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to place this lining on the main fabric. And if you are using your fashion fabric to do this, you just pick up this one and place it, and I'll mark 3 inches from the neck depth and 3 inches away from the shoulder, and I'll connect the 3 inches at the shoulder down to the 3 inches below the neck depth this way. And please, if you're enjoying this tutorial so far, please hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And after I cut out the excess part, this is what I have. So I'll go ahead and do the same thing for the back. After cutting for the back and the front, I went ahead to add paper gum to give it a little bit of weight. I'll go ahead now and place this lining on this main fabric, right side facing right side, then I'll stitch down by 0.5 inch. Also do the same thing for the back neckline. I'll stitch down by 0.5 inch, then I'll top stitch for both the front and the back. And after I've top stitched, this is what it looks like. So I'll turn it around this way and fold it down and stitch down from the shoulder this way all around to the other side. After joining the lining to the fabric and I top stitch, this is what it looks like. So I'll turn it around now and fold down this lining and stitch it down. And after stitching, this is what I have. This is the back and this is the front. This is the back board, this is the inside, and this is the outer part. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to join both the front and the back, and I'll place it right side facing right side, and I'll stitch down the shoulder by 0.5 inch. I'll also place the other side properly this way and also stitch down by. And after joining the shoulder, this is what I have. The next thing I'll do is to stitch the hem of the sleeve. I'll open the sleeve up this way and I'll place the bias tape. I'll stitch down the bias tape. When I'm done stitching down, I'll fold it into the other side and close it up. And after that is done, this is what I have. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to close up the sides. And the first thing I'll do is to turn the inside out. Then I'll stitch down by 1 inch. Remember, I added 1 inch for sewing allowance. So I'll stitch down 1 inch from the sleeve all the way to the waist, then or into the pocket, then down to the hem. And after stitching down, this is what I have. This is what the sides look like, and this is what the pocket looks like. If I don't tell you there's pocket, you won't know. The next thing I'm going to do is to hem the down. I'm going to fold it in and fold it again. Once I'm done, I'll stitch it down. And after I stitch down, this is what I have, and that is all for our Bubu gown. So I'll just go ahead, give this dress a nice press, attach my stones, and that will be all. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more. See you in my next video.